Welcome to another edition of Mouthpiece Included. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. Yes, sir. Back in the building. Please like, share, subscribe. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included, the podcast where we discuss politics. That's sports and politics and everything in between. This is the co-host, Milz, and I'll be joined by the co-host and anybody, any urban silverback or silverback gorilla who still has his or hers or their gonads pull up, talk their excrement. You can excrete it from the side of your neck. In this thought-provoking podcast, we peel back the layers of O.J. Simpson's life today. The triumph, the controversies, the quote-unquote coonery, and the shadows that lingered. Our mission? First off, rest in peace, O.J. Simpson, and condolences to his family. Our mission? To explore whether the juice was a manifestation of deeper societal currents. Was he merely a sports hero, or did he embody something more profound? Enter Bigger Thomas, protagonist of Richard Wright's brilliant novel, centered, stationed in Chicago, I should say, Native Son. Bigger, like OJ, grappled with his purpose, identity, and the weight of societal expectations. If you haven't read it, shame on you. Edify yourself. Step your game up. Join us as we explore the parallels between OJ's life and Bigger's struggle for agency. Was OJ a manifestation of America's complex relationship with race, fame, and injustice? America's original sin and shame? Was OJ a victim of a flawed system? Or did he just exploit it? A la Donald J. Trump. And how does Bigger Thomas's fate intersect with OJ's legal saga? If you haven't read the book, you can still pull up, but Google a summary of it or something. I don't know. Post-verdict. Did the juice ever find redemption, or did he remain haunted by shadows? Of course, we're going to discuss the latest news from this week and updates from the world of sports or politics. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of hosts, anybody who pops up, and or guests, and do not necessarily and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Yeah? Weekly RIPs, world of sports and politics. Rest in peace, Orenthal, James Simpson. Gonna have some Orenthal James this morning. TATN. Hope we don't get sued for the whole TATN thing. All right, y'all. So y'all know the topic today is it's juiced. Was OJ Bigger Thomas made manifest? I will put the link in the chat. In fact, let me go ahead and do this now. Thought it was done already, so that's on me. But if you guys could please take this time to share this link. If you got any commentary, now would be the time. Let me go ahead and put this thing in there. See if anybody's got the cojones to pull up. All right, there we go. The link is pinned in the chat. I don't know if you guys had any baseball news. I did. Shotani, the Asian Babe Ruth. First off, let's go ahead and check his piss. I'm going to make sure he's not juicing up before we, label him a Hall of Famer. But the feds cleared him. The FBI came right out and cleared him. And they said that everything with the gambling, nobody gambled on baseball. And they said everything is the interpreter's fault. So the interpreter has been charged and arrested. Now, I don't know. Is Showtime going to bail him out? That's the question. I don't know. That's interesting, though, because when this guy, Showtime or Hotani, whatever his name is, when he did his press conference about it, he was crying like a bi. He was sitting there crying like a bi. I don't know. It's pretty emotional, but I guess that's in Japan, it's all about your honor and you know what I mean, and your family name. The way it used to be here, and maybe it was just the shame of it all that brought tears to him. But I like the way they cleared it up loudly. They don't tend to clear it up loudly when the coloreds get cleared up. Even some of the whites, like that pitcher for the Dodgers, got cleared up on that sexual abuse case. Cleared up. They don't talk about it loud enough. What up, D.O., man? Holla at your boy.
What's good? What's good?
We got a great topic, man. Bigger Thomas, O.J. Simpson. There's man. Hey. I think they were the same, bro. Yeah. We'll talk about it. Bigger Thomas from Native Son, the main character, and then you had Orenthal James Simpson. Brutes, you know what I mean? Slow up in the middle. You know what I mean? Taken advantage of by white society. That's what I'm postulating here, and that's the main topic we're going to be discussing later. But any thoughts on baseball? If you want to talk about the Asian Babe Ruth or anything, because he got cleared up, and I did talk a lot of shit about him last week.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that you have to wait, because a lot of people get become victims of fraud. And I've seen a lot of blacks who got taken advantage of by white people who had access to their accounts, and black folks
and black people. Rumil Robinson.
But man, there's like some guys. There's like a lot of guys who are like potentially going to be stars, like primarily on stuff like baseball when they're in the minors, and they sign the big deals, and then they get messed up with agents. Matter of fact,
basically they be signing 360 deals with them early in their life, and they give them nonsense.
I ain't even. I'm talking about before 360 was even out. I'm talking about people like Charles Woodson. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely, first ballot.
So Charles Woodson, there was a Charles Woodson and a few others. They were scammed by some black guys who were like accountants, attorneys, whatever, hustling them. They hustled this one guy in the minors, and then when he started asking for like, hey, like, where's my? They blame it on his family. Like, hey, your mother has been taking money out. She wasn't taking nothing.
Well, you remember that black lady, bro? She got Dennis Rodman and all of them. She was telling everybody she went to Spelman, and then when they finally started fact checking, if she on American Greed, when they finally started fact checking her, and none of the shit was true.
So so I wasn't shocked when they were saying
that dude was able to get access to his
money.
Well, I was shocked because he's some sort of Asian, though. He's not some sort of Pookie or Ray Ray, and the family's from the low end, and nobody knows better. And boy, listen to that white person and get that white person your account information. We all stupid and slow. I didn't think that, because you.
But it was his interpreter, so him not really being able to
knowing what's going on.
It's probably like a hard, It was easier for him.
And they said he would literally call the bank and impersonate this dude because he had all the information.
It's
So
like any other
it's like I work
customer.
for you, and I'm like, yes, this is Diesel. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm
If you
giving
got
all
all
the
the information, they can't say
they
that it's
can't.
not you
Yeah,
when you
they can't.
verify it.
They
So
can't. They can't. Unless I slip up and start speaking English, they'd be like, wait a minute, you don't speak English. You know what I'm saying? Like it probably happened too. They were like, hello? Ah, nah, that's the interpreter. He won't shut up in the background.
yeah, then you got the White Sox, man. They're gonna do some. I told some guys at work. I said,
Bro,
listen.
this is the worst White Sox
I
team that I can
said,
remember. And
just
I have some
keep.
bad
I
ones. You
said,
guys
just
are
keep. I
piss
said, just
poor.
keep betting against them. They're gonna lose way more. I said they're gonna lose almost every series they play. Like literally, almost every series they play, they're gonna lose. And the biggest reason, I think I mentioned it before. Like I was watching them play, I didn't know half of the dudes that was out there playing. The guys the ones who the team was built on their future and their potential, they stay hurt. They
Man, I
all
would
of
no
them
sooner watch
hurt.
Special Olympics T-ball on you know what I mean, out there in Washington Park or Garfield Park than I would your White Sox. Absolutely. I've seen garbage White Sox teams. Don't get me wrong, bro. It's not like I moved and now I'm fronting on the team. Bro, the Anaheim Angels, the Dodgers have never been this cruddy as long as I've been out here. Bro, you can't be this bad, bro. Bro, I'm sorry, man. Y'all need to put a bag over y'all head like I did for the Bears as a Bears fan. You and Ace, y'all need to put a bag over y'all head and own it as a Sox fan and send a message to Reinsdorf. But you guys about to come in here and make a bunch of excuses.
Oh
You know,
no, I told you I've been betting against them and winning. So hey, I mean, I seen it immediately. I was like, these guys ain't competitive at all. I was like, if they get the only chance they have to win a game is if they get like a lead in the early couple of innings. If they don't get a lead there ain't even a chance they're gonna win. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just keep betting against them. And so far, I think the day I started betting against them, they won the next day, and then they lost everyone since. So I'm ahead of the game.
bro, I could take Jackie Robinson West, that team that they alleged was cheating. Um, and put them in a series against the Sox at that shithole at the shithole stadium. We wouldn't even play them in Jackie Robinson Park. We go on a road and play. I'd put Ace at the helm and have Ace managing that team, and I guarantee you we'd win at least one game. It'll come down to the rubber game, and we'd have a little deuce on the hill against that damn team.
Yeah,
You might say, "Oh, they're major league players." No, that team is horrible.
no, they do suck. I ain't gonna lie, they suck. And like I said, I don't usually bet against teams that I'm for. So
Mm-hmm.
Cubs, Sox, Bulls, Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually bet
No,
against
I
them.
hear you. Me neither. I
I
hear
don't
you.
like to bet
Bad
against them.
karma. Yeah, you
You
can't
know,
enjoy yourself.
I'll
Yeah,
bet a prop or something, but
yeah,
I'm usually not
yeah,
betting that they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
lose.
yeah. You can't
But
enjoy
these
yourself.
dudes right here, oh man, let's go
You're like they're
stand by
giving
the
away money.
man. Yeah, let's stand by the window. Place your wager and go stand by the window. You go take home some money. So
It looks
yeah,
like this guy's having some sort of problem. I thought he was going to come in and defend the White Sox. You know how he is. He's a homer. You know what I mean? These guys can go 0 and 160 something, and they should be,
nah,
they just
it's
got to get
just.
pitching. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, like all of the dudes who were supposed to be their future, they stay hurt, and it's staying hurt on really non-contact plays that are,
Yeah.
it's just routine plays, running to the bases, fielding the ball, just like what sliding back to the bag. Like, how do you get hurt all the time from these things? Like,
Mm.
it's just crazy, just crazy.
No, no, I got you. I got you. Hold on, he's having audio problems. Leave and come back.
Mm.
Use computer audio. I think that's what he needs to use. I don't know. I mean, these guys that go out there to get off grid,
Drafts
like the
coming up,
uh-huh.
couple
Who?
of weeks. The draft. We got like 2 more weeks, right?
Man, hold up. We're gonna get. Are we at the Bears yet? NBA. Let's shoot through
Oh,
the
NBA.
NBA
Let's
real
go.
quick. And yeah, because we get stuck on the Bears, bro. We'll talk about the Bears for an
Yeah.
hour. NBA. I don't have much though. If you want me to be honest, If you want me to be
Nah,
honest,
nah. Say, look. Bulls like same position they were last year, right?
last 8 seasons straight,
What did we say? They the same
they
team.
flirt with
They're
the
gonna do the
ninth.
same
Yes,
stuff. Yes, same
yeah,
shit. We
and
said that at the beginning of the
yes,
season.
yes.
Everything.
Hey, DeRozan gives you just enough hope to maybe show up for the game. You know what I mean? But it's not enough hope. He, you know,
Listen.
he's
They're
been
only
balling too.
no.
He's been hats off to DeRozan. He's been
He's been
balling.
snapping.
Yes.
Uh, their only hope to me to win is to win both of them, because I think you win the one playing game, then you got to play another person to get in the playoffs. They would have to play those younger dudes a little bit more because they defend. They defend and they're
Mm-hmm.
fearless. If you
Mm-hmm.
just play your vets that you got on that squad, you're not gonna beat whoever it is that you're playing.
Yeah, but they can't get the ninth seed if they don't play the vet. They see the Bulls don't want to develop. They don't want to develop the young players like the rest of the NBA do. We like to muddle around with the ninth and 10th seed.
Man, I don't
Yeah,
even care
yeah.
about development at this point. I'm saying if you want to win these games, you better let them boys get enough clock to be able to make a difference in the game. Because if you just trying to play these vets, man, they proven they not that good.
Yeah, I wonder why his audio won't start. We even made him co-host. He can't get in.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know what I mean? You know what it is, man. These guys, man. These Leo guys, bro. You know, nobody taught them science and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play any other sports, really. They claim they did. Yeah, we had baseball, we had football. Nobody knew y'all had none of that shit. Am I right, Diesel? Nobody knew y'all had none of that shit. Y'all had a basketball team with about 9 guys. You know what I mean? You guys could barely fund your athletics. You know what I mean? A couple of diehard fans like Ace and Shitty. I don't know if we can call him Shitty on YouTube, but those who know who he is, they know who he is. Shitty, cuz. You know what I mean? They'd show up. Oh, he's got his audio now. Looks like
Turned down for what? What up, fellas?
talking down about
Good.
Leo. His audio is on. What up there, fellas?
Yeah. Shit, I'm gonna have to bring out Robinowitz and Swertsky. You're talking about the Big L, the Miracle on 79th Street. Let's not do that.
Hey, so what was the score of today's ball game, man?
Yeah, we lost 6-1, man. Couldn't catch the ball out there for Deuce and couldn't
yeah,
score any damn runs.
yeah,
Couldn't
they had.
manufacture. We played a good team though.
Hey, they had Deuce always going up against the other ace, I'm sure. So I remember
Yeah,
we used to have our ace on the bump. We always knew, oh man, we're gonna be facing somebody. If it was a good team, boy,
yeah.
even though we got our guy, we know we're gonna win, but boy, you stepping up to the plate. You feel like, damn, they ace got a little shit. You know
We
what I
got a little shit to a
mean?
little wiggle to them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got a little
Yeah.
swag to him. Yeah, we can get him on our team. We was always recruiting the Ray Royals, drop dead gorgeous.
Ray Royals, ain't nobody want to come to Hyde Park and play
The
with you
Hyde Park Little
thugs
League.
and
Yeah, yeah,
play with you
thugs.
thugs on the lakefront. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, they won't.
yeah.
Come on,
They used to
come on.
claim they were cheating for Ray and the Blue Gargoyle. All the teams coming from the low end. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They used to claim they were cheating for us. You know what I
they
mean?
were.
Yeah, yeah. No comment. But Ace, you got any comments, man? We went on real quick and then we were about to move to the Bears, but we started out talking about your White Sox. And what I said is that
No comment.
the Deuce led Jackie Robinson team at the Cell, whatever you call this shithole stadium right now.
Yankee
You guys
Bank.
could take them to the rubber game. You guys could take them to.
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody's going to get hurt during the game, so that would be to our advantage.
That's what
Somebody
Bezos
pull
been
a
saying.
hammy or have a soft tissue or a knee injury or get hit by a ball and be out for half the season. So I think we can get it done against those guys. Yeah.
All right, NBA, man. We were talking about ninth, 10th seed, flirting with that. Hey, my boy Win BP, Diesel, my boy Win BP, boy, he got over that rookie wall. You know, you hit
Yeah.
that rookie wall.
Yeah.
Woo.
Predicted right here on Mouthpiece. I mean, it wasn't tough to see he was going to be rookie of the year. It's just a matter
No,
of
but I said flirt with, MVP, but he's not doing that, but he's flirting with defensive player of the year. He might be defensive player of the year,
He
y'all.
should be. It ain't no. If he's not, it's just hating because he's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
That's just what it would be.
Yeah.
Hating because he's been the defensive player of the year.
And
He ain't really missed no games. The only time he's out is when they kept him out.
Ace, he's putting that league on the notice. Y'all can come around here doing step backs and bullshit and not playing D. I'm locking. He putting them on, and it's gonna force everybody to step their game up.
Anybody else that's been his height has either been like whether they just a straight defensive specialist, can't really score offensively.
You talking about initially? Yeah.
Or you know, their skill set would just dictate to one particular thing. His stuff is he'll score, he can dribble,
pass,
he can rebound, he can pass, and he blocks shots. So it's like all of that in one.
And he's got the motor, and he's not out there making friends.
Energy. He got energy, natural life energy. Where all of the other dudes who came before him around, 7'1" or 2 or higher.
Ace don't like to hear me say it. He reminds me of a taller Michael Jordan. Ace don't like him because he's French, and he's holding that against him.
He's not a taller Jordan, but he's a taller.
This is the third time I said it. This guy is going to supplant. I'm not going to say that. He's going to supplant everyone else below Michael Jordan. Let's put it that way. He'll be the second greatest player of all time.
Is he better than LeBron James?
Potentially. Absolutely. He's got the heart, and he's got the motor, and he's got the mindset that LeBron don't got.
I wouldn't, man. This is this dude first season. You don't start making accusations.
Give him some steroids,
like
Ace. Give him some steroids.
Better than
put him out there.
Long way to go, bro. Don't make no accusations.
No, you're comparing. I'm comparing him to LeBron when he was a rookie. See, that's what you do. Apples to apples comparison. That's what you do.
So when his rookie contract's up, he's gonna move to LA.
But he's
gonna take his talents.
How old is he?
He ain't gonna do that. That's a good question. I think he's 18. The kid is he's 18. This kid.
But wasn't he playing like
professional ball over there, like 40 games a season against some friends? They're smoking cigarettes on the bench.
Yeah, drinking wine.
It's different because
Perrier shit.
Yeah, he's getting 7 free times. He can play anywhere.
He can play anywhere.
Yeah, he's not going, but he's not. The key for him will be as he grows older. How is his body going to change?
Listen, when I saw Barry Bonds, I didn't need my fault. Go ahead, Ace. What'd you say?
That's why we're going to give him the steroids and the HGH, and he can play for 21 years.
And Diesel, when I saw Barry Bonds play, same thing with Big Frank Thomas, even though he was on that god awful South Side team. When I saw them, I said I knew them right away. Hall of Fame. You understand? And now I know it's a bit much. I didn't say Frank's gonna be the second greatest player in baseball history, but this French kid, I'm flirting with saying he's gonna supplant Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And you ought to hear what Michael Jeffrey Jordan's been saying about this kid.
Yeah, well, I need to see what type of Mickeys you've been taking at night and in the morning.
You're not watching it because he's not white.
Yes.
If this kid was white, you'd watch him every day and you'd agree with me.
No, you wouldn't watch him if he was white. That's your
sure wouldn't.
See, thank you. And he don't look like he's totally black. So,
boy.
why are you watching him? I might ask, right? But no, man, you're making crazy. Man, you leave all of that, man. Let the boy just play. Let him play. Let him get a few seasons in him, and see how he looks. Because again, how his body starts to develop as he gets older. Now, will he still be lean like that and able to run up and down the floor like that?
Come on, bro. When you saw LeBron and Kobe and certain guys as rookies and Michael Jordan, you knew what you were looking at. You know what you're looking at. When you compare a rookie Akeem Olajuwon,
it's not. But again. So you're looking at people a different type of athleticism for those guys, as opposed to this guy that's a lot taller. And again, how his body feels.
He's averaging 7 block shots over the last month of the season per game.
Oh, I'm not disputing nothing that he's doing, bro. As far as what he's been accomplishing, I'm trying to tell you, you making accusations about, man, he's gonna be the
Second.
greatest of all time.
Mess
Second
around and
greatest.
supplant Michael. I'm not going to say that
Man,
on this show.
Man, don't say that.
I'm not going to say it on this show. I've said it twice already. I won't say it again.
And you keep blaspheming. That's blasphemy.
I said it twice. I'm not going to say it again.
You got that lean in that cup. Something wrong with you.
Don't worry about what's in my cup. I know you guys probably didn't like Noah. And big ups to Ms. 13.
Noah? His reverse 6 shoes.
No. I like Noah, except for the shot. Bad knees.
Tornado shot. Like he took some lessons from Cartwright or something.
He was a
Let me ask you guys,
man too.
what are you guys willing to give up if we had a chance at Wembanyama on the Bulls?
Whatever we got.
Man, all of them, man, you give up DeRozan,
I let him wear number 23.
Kobe 2-piece white,
all of them. You say any of them. And a lifetime supply of Lou Malnati's and Giordano's and Harold's chicken to the gym. Lifetime.
I'll bring the 23 out the rafters for him.
Yeah. All of those dudes.
Ooh. Now hear that? You talking about I'm blaspheming. This guy said he'd bring number 23 out the rafters for this kid if we got him in a Bulls uniform, Diesel. He said he'd unretire Michael Jeffrey Jordan's number and put it on the big French kid. And you sat here and let him say it.
I didn't hear what he said. Yeah, you've been giving them some of that lean. Some of that stuff you drinking. Y'all both got something in your cup. Yeah.
Michael Jordan's gone. He's never coming back. So we can use his damn number.
No. We're not gonna do that on this channel. I'm just saying this kid makes you do this though, Diesel. You know what I mean?
Now, if you had a choice of using Jordan's number and getting that kid here, what would you do?
I'd give him Pippen's number.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have any number up to I'll give him Pip's number and tell Pip, you know what I mean? Is Pip's number retired?
I hope not.
No.
I think
it should be. Pip's number should be retired. I mean, the Bulls acting all bougie like we got a big history of champions and championships and shit. He should be retired. Yeah. I mean, he's only
I think they might have been thinking about it before he started going on his rants. And
does he have a statue out there next to Michael Jordan?
Absolutely.
No.
That's ridiculous.
No.
But you're right. He started ranting and talking about the organization and all this shit. Yeah.
Does Shaq got a statue out there?
Hell yeah. Shaq's had his before Kobe.
Yeah,
Shaq got a huge one. Magic. Man, everybody got a statue. Hell, they gonna if they told me if I'm out here another 3 months, they're gonna give me a statue out here. There's 100 statues out there, bro. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, they got pictures of everyone except for I didn't get Kobe statue because it just came out. Did they fix it yet?
I don't know. I haven't been down there and enjoyed it yet.
Yeah,
But yeah, like they got Cesar Chavez, which I respect. They got boxers, like it's a lot of Hispanic community here. So, bro,
does Dwayne Wade
got
one in Miami?
They got Chick Hearn.
Dwayne Wade got one in Miami?
No.
Yeah, he got one. Yeah, D Wade got
in
one.
Miami.
Don't he? He talking about D Wade?
Yeah, I don't think he got one.
They don't even know what the name of the stadium is. They done changed the name of the stadium about 4 times in the last.
And then if he's got one, does Chris Bosh got one?
No, Spice Bosh. Hell no.
I don't remember. Important to them as the Scottie Pippen was to the Bulls, right?
You could maybe say that. Spice Bosh was the third wheel. Pip was the second wheel.
Not
Yeah.
Well, that's because they had 3. Superstar. So,
our third wheel.
Now they're gonna do one for LeBron in Miami.
Well, that's been a big debate. I'll tell you what, though, y'all, LA fans, the true purple and gold fans, the real basketball fans, they say they don't want him to have one in LA. They say hell no. Like they get mad. They get mad when you suggest that he should. I'm like, man, everybody got a statue out there. I'm like,
he won a chip.
He should.
He won a bubble chip out there.
Only one, because then if he gets one, you got to give Anthony Davis one.
That's what starts happening. And see, with the Lakers legacy, you know what I'm saying, bro? With the Lakers legacy, bro, you can't just be giving everybody statues, bro. You can't. If Anthony Davis has one, Will Chamberlain needs one. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, speaking of statues, what about that little bitty Matchbox statue, Cracker Jack statue they gave AI in Philadelphia the other day? Did you see that?
AI got a statue?
Oh yeah, you can.
But they got him holding a bottle. They got him holding a fifth.
No, we're not going to talk about his off the field demons, but it's a statue that he's taller than.
He's
And
holding a bunch of chains and necklaces like he had on that
yeah,
album cover.
you
When
can
he
put
just
it in the
called them
trunk.
jewels. When they
Trunk
called
and
them
take it home
jewels.
at any time. It's minuscule. It's
Wow.
I think it's an insult to him actually, but he was
Do
there
they
for
got?
them.
Hey, do they got him standing next to the big towering fictitious Rocky character?
No, I don't know where they put it. I think they
Yeah,
put it in the
because
back.
Rocky's not real. But they got a Rocky statue, and I asked Philly people, so is it a Sylvester Stallone? They like, hell no. They are literally celebrating Rocky in
Really.
Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they love Rocky out there.
a fictitious person.
Now they had a real Smoking Joe Frazier out there
Yeah,
knocking people out,
yeah.
but they put a statue up for Rocky.
That's funny. I didn't even know Smoking Joe Frazier was from there, and they got statues for Rocky. I'm gonna start ramming that to people.
Yeah, racist. We
That's
don't
not.
know what's in their hearts.
You never met those people. You weren't there during those
I have
times.
no idea. Yeah, I don't know what
You know what I mean?
committee got together and what was in their hearts when they were
Yeah.
thinking of putting
Yeah,
a
you know what I mean?
Rocky statue there and Smoking Joe Frazier's from right there from Philadelphia.
Hey, we got some hubbub in the chat. Coach says, yeah, Coach, they'll have a statue of you with your LeBronica jersey on. Take that. What does that say after that? One off. I think he's saying take this one off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. They give me a statue. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, but they got like Chick Hearn. They got everybody out there, bro. Yeah. All right. So Juiced, was OJ the Bigger Thomas? Was he Bigger Thomas made manifest? Did you got before we go to the next topic, real quick, Giannis, man, he's hurt again. Is this the same thing like last year, bro?
Got hurt again this week?
Yeah, it's the calf, and flirting. They said it's not
I
Achilles.
thought he was. When I seen that, man, I was like, that dude should be done. He couldn't
should
walk. And then when they said Achilles, I was like, nah, he never reached for his Achilles, even though I get it where your calf strain, it can go down to
But you remember when Kevin Durant had that, and then they pushed him to play in the playoffs.
Play again.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna play again.
Giannis is not gonna play.
Unless they go like deep into unless they win like a round.
Unless they win 1 or 2 rounds and he's really healthy. Yeah, I wouldn't play. Personally, I wouldn't play him.
What was he playing?
No, it was just a regular game. He was just about to go up the court, and he just went down.
But the first round, they might have Philly, and Philly's got a healthy Embiid. Like,
Yeah, it's the end of the season, though. Should have been resting this week. They're not gonna. They weren't gonna move in the playoffs.
Doc Rivers is toxic, man.
Wherever I've been telling y'all, Doc Rivers is horrible.
He's worse than the dude they fired.
How many years have I been saying this, Ace? Be honest. How many years have I been telling y'all Doc's a horrible fighter?
Ever since they've been ramming him up our bum, talking about he's one of the greatest coaches.
Yeah. This goes all the way back to Boston. I was on Doc's ass, and it hurt me because he's from Chicago. He's some sort of color. And Diesel, you think I only like people because they're black. No, I give him chance and chance and chance again. Four. Keep calling the same play over and over, giving the ball to the bums. You got the worst offensive player handling the ball all the time. You're just an idiot.
Yeah.
No, I never cared for Doc Rivers, especially when I didn't mind him when he was with Atlanta. When he went, I'm talking about as a player. When he went to the Knicks,
he became a dickhead. You're right. When Atlanta, he was cool. He was from Chi. He went to the Knicks. He became a complete douchebag.
Yeah, he became just another one of their little henchmen, and I ain't cared for him since.
Another New York thug.
Yeah, and when he was on the Clippers as a coach, I'm like, man, they should be winning games, man. Same thing with your boy Tibbs. Them the type of dudes, they can get you some regular season wins, they can get you in the playoffs, they could develop some players, but as far as Phil Jackson type magic in the playoffs, hell no.
Now I'm gonna give Tibbs a little. I'm gonna give him more credit.
Of course you are, because Tibbs is white. Of course you are. You're going to give him more. And Tibbs came in under the black guy, Ace, and he's going to give Tibbs more credit than the black guy who he's under.
Yeah, no, I'm going to give him credit for what he's been doing this season.
Ran Derrick Rose into the ground.
He's had like several of his players hurt, but they still competing hard. They still competing hard.
I think Tibbs players win in spite of his coaching. 'Cause, you know, Tibbs, he was a coach. 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 He was a coach He shows them how to run up and down the court, but as far as X's and O's in the playoffs, yeah, he can't get it done. And that's why Chicago got him right out of town.
Coach said
Probably,
Fox blocks. Peyton had the sweetness, but OJ had the juice. Adrian Griffin used to play for the Bulls.
yeah,
Adrian Griffin did used to play for the Bulls
Mm-hmm.
for a long time too.
Past his prime, though. It was when he was past his prime. He
was an assistant too.
Yeah, he was garbage by the time we got him. I don't mean to disrespect him. He was a crusty veteran who you can use in situations where you wasn't going to need him to get off the bench.
Yeah, go out there and hack that son of a bitch. Yeah. But it's a different league, so that you don't need that player anymore.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so we quarter black of the week. We can skip that. Let's go ahead. You guys, Diesel's been itching to get to some Bears talk.
Bear down.
Got Ace in the building. All right, you guys, I'm setting a timer. You guys, we got 7 minutes to talk Bears before we get on topic. Bears.
Go Bears.
Ain't nothing but getting, I was just mentioning, the draft's in a week or so. So that's all. Nothing real special to talk about them for us. Just like, hey, let's see what happens.
I'm
trying to figure out the hubbub about people want to trade the first pick now and move down, and now you got all these choices of quarterbacks, and we got rid of our starting quarterback, and now you want to move down and get some extra draft picks now.
Hold it, Ace. Like Diesel says, you think I've heard him say it. This is not the main thrust of his smug little argument with no decorum, but I've heard him say it. You can't Poles can't pass up on the #1 overall pick 2 straight years. I've heard him say it. He's only said it once or twice, right?
Yeah.
But now he sits here saying, I'd trade down and get the skinny guy. So wouldn't that be passing up on the #1 pick 2 straight years, Ace?
Yeah. And we had a quarterback.
Yeah.
If you're trading one spot, how big is that? It's one spot.
It's still passing on the #1 pick 2 years straight. That's what I think Ace is asking, why is this okay now?
If you heard me, I specifically said passing on good quarterbacks that you had an opportunity to take with the number.
You did kind of mention that. You're saying if you missed out on that dude.
You didn't take any quarterback.
Yeah.
If you go these 2 years and you didn't take a quarterback.
Like you missed out on that dude in Texas.
Yeah, that's an issue. So for them to trade, like I said, I don't care if they trade down one spot to 2. If you go outside of 2, all bets is off. I'm going to have to see it. Okay, what you doing that you would trade past 2? But if they went from 1 to 2, I'm cool with that because I already know it should be, if I'm Poles, Daniels, if you went to 2. If you're staying at 1, you're taking Caleb. It ain't rocket science.
We got rid of our damn quarterback. We stand at 1. You're going to pick Caleb, and he's going to be our guy for the next 10 years until, they get rid of him.
Hey, so now they're talking about moving
either way,
up.
I don't mind either one.
They're talking about trading up from the 9th pick to go get the generational receiver too, Ace. When you could have done all this under Aces and I model, you could have had all of this, and now you're gonna the whole Poll said hold it. Poll said he's going to build this through the draft, but now allegedly all the meatheads are considering, you know what I mean, giving up draft capital to move up and go get.
The problem with what you keep leaving out of y'all's little equation is
meatheads.
Fields. That's the whole problem. Now, see, all that stuff y'all saying is based on keeping Fields. That wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. So eliminate all that stuff y'all just said because it don't matter. And it'll be a mistake to try to move up to get Harrison because to do that, you're going to give up your #1. You're going to probably have to give up a 2 next year or a #1 next year. Nah, I wouldn't do all of that. There's other good receivers.
For Marvin Harrison?
Not to move up to get him.
But that's what I'm saying. They're saying Poles is considering that.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. And you could have done if you'd have listened to me and Ace, you could have had all that and more. But wait, there's more.
Don't want
but
Fields.
wait,
that's
there's
the problem.
more. You could have had but wait,
Fields.
you could.
No. Everything y'all saying, everything y'all saying ends with Fields.
You're right.
You could have had Fields.
No.
And one of them other quarterbacks that you wanted, you could have had one of those.
I didn't want Fields.
That's going to drop.
I'm Poles. He didn't want Fields. He didn't want Fields. So all
And
that
you could have had Harrison.
stuff
You
y'all
could have
talking.
still more draft picks.
No.
And if Poles ain't careful, Poles can get it too. We on Poles' ass. Now you sit here and say we only like black people because they black. You know what I mean? Just on TATN, we don't just reach out and go after black people. But like we on his ass. We gonna hold him accountable. You know,
you only trying to hold him accountable because of your lifelong relationship with Fields. That's the only reason you want to hold him accountable.
He's on the clock.
He's on the clock, bro. You can't be part of the movement and have a pink spouse. We've done shows on that and had big discussions and did polls.
I said he's
and
on
most
the
black
clock.
people don't believe you could be.
He was on the clock from last year when he passed up on Stroud. He should have been.
He should have been able to see.
He should have been able to see Stroud and
but
took
see,
him last year.
Diesel likes the move, getting rid of Justin. So Diesel, that pumps him up. That pumps Poles up in Diesel's mind. Like that's a good move in Diesel's mind. So
now
move.
I agree they need to trade the ninth pick, but I'm not
move down or up.
Down.
To get what?
Yes. Whatever it is, you need more capital.
He's just repeating what he's hearing the white boys say on local
media.
We need a left tackle. Listen. Let me tell you.
We need a left tackle or edge.
I don't need to listen to any type of show.
Go ahead. Don't let me distract you. I'm just telling Ace
my opinions on this stuff because I watch and pay more attention than both of y'all do. Period.
Right. Allegedly, in your opinion.
It's allegedly fact. I watch more.
This guy's got 3,000 comic books or more. I'm not going to say where he stores them. You know what I mean? And he's alleging that he's watching more sports than us.
And Ace has 10,000 signed baseballs from Little Leaguers. Okay.
Okay. You're damn right. But I picked Stroud in the draft last year as my number one pick.
And I didn't hear you, Diesel, saying go after Stroud. Stroud's my guy. Stroud's my guy. And I think the point Ace is making is this is not a perfect science.
No, what's my whole thing I was saying? It's the GM's job to scout, to see the quarterback, and make that quarterback his guy to go get. And if he didn't scout and see Stroud, that's on him.
And if he was seeing Pat Mahomes, because he's the same guy who I just want him to come out, and he probably don't want to do it because he's going to put pressure on the kid who's already painting his nails, who's already showing signs of trauma from fame, who's already crumbling under the pressure, no pressure whatsoever. He didn't even play for anything in college, but trophies.
Dog in the mouth after a loss.
Correct. Yeah, and I think Poles could just simply say, hey, man, this kid, man, when I was a little shithole and I was at scout, and I was getting no money, and I saw Pat Mahomes, this kid, is Pat Mahomes. He needs to put his career on the line and come out and say that shit. If not,
I think he already did. He didn't say it, but he put his career on the line. He's on the
ground. He can't say everything he wants to say before the draft. You can only say so much. You can't just come out and say that.
It's not tampering. He's on the clock. The Bears are on the clock already.
But you still, because if somebody comes up with a deal that you just absolutely can't refuse.
This guy's holding press conferences every week.
Because they're asking him. They're questioning him.
Talking about how much he loves this kid.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cards on the table.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Put your cards on the table. Because this guy is going to determine your job.
You can say great things about all three quarterbacks at the top of the heap, right, Ace? You can say great things about all three quarterbacks, but I want to hear
stuff about all of them quarterbacks. Y'all just never be talking about it. All you talking about is Caleb Williams.
Well, once I saw that picture of his wife, you guys Google his wife. Go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
He has no interest in the drop dead gorgeous quarterback from North Carolina.
Good. I don't either. I don't like, and I believe that's the person. When you were saying, you said he was inconsistent. That's the guy I was saying was inconsistent, was May.
If you're going to move off of Justin Fields, the best move for the team.
He was too inconsistent with a lot of his stuff.
Well, May is another Trubisky. He don't have no experience. But the best thing for the Bears, bro, and I said it, Ace, for the Bears, and you meatheads, I would actually put everything behind Bilbo Bajan.
Yeah.
Bilbo Bajan would be my guy at the helm next season. I'd see what he can look like managing things because he can get them in and out of the huddle. He was good with those little 5-yard crossing routes. He's accurate. He can get them in and out of the huddle and run the offense.
Yeah.
Bilbo Bajan.
And he takes off when the hole's there. He sees the field.
Yeah.
And he's on the juice this year.
Yeah, and
Speaking
then
of
I would
strategy,
draft Michael Penis Jr. Right,
all
Michael
right,
Penis,
yeah,
and have
yeah.
him developing for the next year or two to replace Bilbo.
Yeah, because we're not going to win anyway. I mean, how
No,
many
we're
rookie?
not. We're not.
Yeah,
No,
we're
we're
not
How
going to
not.
many?
win.
How many number one draft picks have taken their
That's right.
team to the playoffs in
How
their
many?
first year?
How many?
One,
One.
and
Yeah,
he's out of
well,
the league.
that's another issue. That just means what? Well, no, because you got to count if what did that number one pick actually end up being. So but the team might have sucked so bad that it didn't make a difference.
He almost said you got to account the players around him when he comes to a shithole organization like
No,
Justin Fields did, and people accuse him of
no.
having autism. He almost said that, but then he
He
caught
on the
himself.
spectrum. Yeah,
Yeah, you saw that.
Thought about
Saw that. You saw
Yeah.
that. He almost said it. He almost said talent around matters, but the last 2 years he's been preaching wins and losses as a quarterback stat. But now that they got their quarterback
I've been
coming
preaching
in,
that your
the talent
quarterback should
around
help
him.
make your players better as opposed to vice versa on offense. But he can't.
You can't make shit in the Shinola on the NFL level.
Go on dates with Justin Fields, man. Take y'all ass to wherever he at in Pittsburgh. Start waving the yellow flags and stuff for the Steelers. Y'all ain't Bears fans. Y'all still harping on this fool. He's gone.
Well, we should have kept our guys. Equanimous St.
Kept
Brown and got Valus Jones out there and the motherfucking.
You see how they got? You see how they getting rid of all those bums? You see how they getting rid of all those bums?
Yeah. Yeah. And the damn offense coordinator.
They're getting rid of all of them. They don't even consider this guy that your boy Poles drafted, the receiver, was dropping passes all last, Tyler Scott. They're not even considering him as a first four option. They're still going out and getting receivers because they don't want whoever's coming in a quarterback to have to deal with this shit. But they did Justin like that, and you guys are okay with it. If you're okay with it, that's fine. It's fine.
So no matter who they get,
go ahead.
No matter who the Bears have as quarterback, if they succeed, y'all gonna say, "Oh, it's because of all of these other players they got." So it's not gonna really matter. That's all y'all gonna. But if they don't succeed,
of course,
well, they should have kept Fields.
Well, isn't that what you guys were doing? Isn't that what you guys were doing when Fields didn't have players around him? You blamed him regardless of.
No, I'm blaming Fields for shit that's
if you blame Fields
self-inflicted wounds. I'm seeing him looking at wide open guys.
Man, if this guy's about to play with all Hall of Famers, he's
not throwing them the ball.
He's going to get zero credit.
That's self-inflicted.
I can't,
if he threw the ball and they dropped it, then I can blame the receivers. But when you just look at him and you don't throw it, I'm blaming you.
Me and Ace are consistent. We wins and losses are not a quarterback stat.
I know somebody who
wins and losses are not a quarterback stat. Now, when you get to the playoffs, it's a little something different. But wins and losses.
What did I tell you? I didn't care about Fields' wins and losses. I cared about his progress.
Yeah, you talked about it.
He's progressed.
I said it all the time. He progressed his ass right out of the city.
He sure did progress.
His ass out of here. Yeah,
what do you mean? All right.
Then no other team in the league wanted his ass.
Will you eat crow? Are you prepared to eat crow if Fields is a Pro Bowler this season? Will you come on the show and eat crow?
If he's a Pro Bowler, it's gonna be because he's running like a chicken with his head cut off. It ain't gonna be because he passed. Which is the same shit he was doing here. He could have been in the Pro Bowl.
He got a problem with that, Ace. He got a problem with the black guy.
He could have been in the Pro Bowl here for running.
Black guy.
You got black guy.
If you put a quarterback to the Pro Bowl for rushing, he would have won. He would have went 2 years in a row. Yeah. But if you count his throwing, he's not going no damn.
Well, the players who play against him all respect Justin Fields, and they rate him as a top 100 player every season, regardless of all the stats and the nonsense you guys are talking about. The guys are in the other.
Go ahead. Throw his rushing into it.
You have to. You can't ignore his rushing. You can't ignore it.
Yes, but when it gets time to throw it, he's a top 500 player. You see how that works? You see how that works? 500 with passing.
But he's throwing the equanimous St. Brown when it's time to throw it. When it's time to throw it, he's throwing the bums.
He's not going to throw it.
He's got bums around him when it's time to throw it.
He's going to look at him wide open and just look at him and take a sack, fumble, or run.
Ace, I'm going to let you handle this, Ace. Go ahead. You guys got 3 more minutes. The time is
good. I'm still talking about the Bears.
I'm going to let it. Hold on. Let Ace talk and then
we'll see how he plays in the offense with a coach that believes in him.
With a black coach, with a black wife.
Black. Yeah,
that believes in winning football.
Ain't gonna save him.
We had a defensive coach that had no idea what the hell he was doing on offense.
No idea.
So he gave the reins to some guy, Fudge Packer. He brought him
Fudge
in.
Packer.
And they realized that they had a Fudge Packer over there running the offense, and they fired him.
They fired him.
Yeah.
Now the Fudge Packer is in the Raiders. Now, the good thing about what's happening is if that Fudge Packer, if the Raiders offense looks really good, Diesel, and if Justin looks like Trubisky did when he went to Pittsburgh, now Diesel, I might come on here, and since none of you guys eat crow, I'm not going to eat crow. You guys sat there and talk shit, and then I'm not going to eat crow if I'm wrong about this nonsense I'm spewing. That's what you guys do. You know what I mean?
No, that's
and I don't like it.
When have I been wrong about this guy?
No.
I haven't been wrong. I mean, he's done everything
you're wrong
I said.
now. You're saying nobody want him. They wouldn't trade him to Minnesota.
Yeah, they sure wouldn't.
What you going to trade him? They didn't want him.
Minnesota they wanted him, but he was in a division.
They wanted him.
No, they went and signed. They went and signed. They went and signed. They paid. Who was that they signed?
Detroit wanted him too.
Sam Darnold or somebody
wanted
like
him.
that?
KC wanted him. Dick N-Word wanted him. He coached him. N-Word wanted him after all those losses he gave N-Word, the coach of the year.
No teams in the league was trying to put that. All of that is like after the fact. After all these other bootleg quarterbacks are getting signed.
No. Paul said Justin didn't want to go be a backup or allegedly or whatever. Paul's wanted Justin had the best chance to get him a starting spot, allegedly.
He helped get him to Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh had already had Wilson. Like I said, after all these other quarterbacks had went and signed, then people started.
Look, now he's talking about Wilson. Ace, the guy who's been bashing Wilson. I had to go on a rant. You've been bashing Russell Wilson's stats for the last 2 seasons. I went on a whole rant, and now you want to sit here and prop up Wilson over JF1?
I'm not propping his ass up. He's in the same fucking. They come from the same school of thought. I said Wilson's only difference is he can't hardly run no more. He's been knocked to his senses. He can't hardly run like he used to. Yeah. So now he throws, but
some of the better numbers in the league last year playing for a guy.
Last 2 seasons, his ratings like over 100. He's been playing with bums and terrible coaches. Russell Wilson.
Everybody's bums that these guys play with. Oh, yeah.
You think Tom Brady, if he came out of retirement, which he said on the podcast, you think he'd come play for the worst team in the NFL? And if so, why not? Why don't you think he would do that?
Who would be the worst team?
Arizona. Let's say Arizona. Tom Brady comes out. You think he'd come out of retirement to play for Arizona? Why wouldn't he? Why do you think he wouldn't do that?
Because for one, he's gonna want to go to a team where everything's established.
That's right.
Like all of that shit is already established.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna matter. He was at a team that was established, and he retired.
Won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but after that, talking about after that.
Yeah, you can't win.
He was having marital issues.
I'm thinking him even making this suggestion is ludicrous. Your ass is out. Go. Just stay gone, bro. Stay gone.
So if you were in Pittsburgh and you could get Tom Brady over those 2 guys, would you take Tom Brady, Diesel?
If I'm Mike Tomlin,
yeah.
No. You know why?
Why not? If you're Mike Tomlin, you don't trust him. You don't
I'm always trying to beat him.
Just and like Brady will backdoor your ass too. Brady will come there and get Mike Tomlin black ass.
I'm not trying to put him on my team.
Get him fight. Get his buddy in there.
I'm trying to beat that.
Get his buddy in there.
Let him go to the team in the division.
Drop dead gorgeous, coach.
Drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean? No, I agree with you. All right, let's go ahead and get on topic because this was kind of important. Let's talk juice, y'all. You guys like, share, subscribe. Mochi said they have leverage with the first pick. Bears should trade down. They still have 2 picks in first round. When they trade down, they get a first round for them. Yeah, that's what me and Ace has been saying the whole time. Yes, this is the whole philosophy we've been saying. They could have done that and still had Justin Fields, and when we just wouldn't have had that 6th round pick. We could still have Justin Fields, and me and Ace would be happy right now. The whole fan base would be happy and unified, which you guys are suggesting everybody should be happy. What I have a problem with these is we gave them away for nothing. Yeah. Because we didn't want to hurt Halter Top's feelings whenever quarterback comes in here.
Pink phone case.
Yeah. Supposed to be an alpha male, and he's got a problem with Justin Fields in the locker room.
He's a void. He doesn't show much emotion. He's from the Cutler. Him and Cutler Same
Yeah.
things.
I didn't like Cutler either.
Voided of personality on the field.
What did Cutler do for us?
No, he's comparing Fields to Cutler.
Yeah, I ain't never liked Jay Cutler. Fuck you.
He's saying Fields don't show any emotion. Like when he
That's
runs in
not
there
true.
and dives head first in the end zone in the rain and says he loves the fans and high fives them all and
runs over guys at the goal line.
Once he got to the point where he was shouting at the players, Ace, remember we started seeing that showing leadership. That's when y'all got rid of him because y'all was conspiring against him. And Diesel, you came up with this theory, and so Diesel, you were conspiring against him. You knew exactly what the play was. You did. You brought it up before I heard anyone say anything about it. I told you this is utter nonsense. How dare you come on the show with utter nonsense?
Hey, that was based on me saying that if he's not Poles' guy and Poles knows this, then hey, this is something that Poles might do.
That son of a bitch knew he wasn't this guy when he came in there and told the organization he's going to make Justin Fields work. You think he came in there and told the organization, this guy y'all investing so much in is not my guy? You think he said that?
Yeah. No, he didn't say that shit. He said,
I don't know what he said, but all I know,
I'm trying to save my job for the next few years. That's what he tried to. That's what he said.
Yeah. Did he say that? I'm going to do everything possible to save my job. Did he say that? Did he say I could care less about Justin Fields?
No, he's always said he's doing his job based on the best interests of the Chicago Bears. He says that all day.
That's a lie.
Every day.
That's a lie, though. When you come in and take that job and somebody
if it's not in the best interest of the Bears,
you misunderstand me. When I'm saying Diesel, if you think that Justin Fields didn't come up, your prize commodity in your organization doesn't come up when I'm interviewing you and Ace to be a coach. If you think that I'm not saying, what's your position on Justin Fields? And if you think you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, I'm on the fence, he's not my guy, and whatever happens, I'm going to do his best for the team. If you think that's what he said at that interview and that's what got him hired, you are disillusioned.
And he probably said, listen, that dude's extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eager to work with him. Get some people in here to work with this guy.
That's exactly what he said.
Let's see how it goes.
That's exactly.
But he ain't about to throw out
he didn't say that part. Let's see how it goes.
No.
He said, I'm going to turn him around. I'm going to develop him like we did on Sideshow Bob.
He's not about to say that shit. You're not about to say that. You're not about to say that about some dude like that. You don't even know. That's the whole
organization. Justin was the organization when he got here, bro.
What organization? If he was your organization, then look at him now. That's all I got to
quarterback.
Say. If he was your organization, look at him now. He wasn't the organization.
Everybody's numbers.
He was a player trying to develop into
all you meatheads in the local media is all y'all numbers are down. I've been watching them. Nobody's watching Bears podcasts anymore because there's a 67% of the fan base is disgruntled. All right. Yeah. And we will be disgruntled, and we have a right to be disgruntled. And don't tell us because we're disgruntled, we're not Bears fans. How dare you? I'll start showing up to those parking lots and slapping the shit out of people. Now, they want Bears rivalry. They want us in the parking lot in Chicago. They don't want that. 67%, most of them blacks fighting you and a few other pinks in the parking lot out there over Justin Fields, because we'll kick you guys' ass. You know what I mean?
To the white meat.
That's right. To the white meat. You know
all of that is the same thing. The same withdrawal symptoms that y'all are going through is the same withdrawal symptoms that all these other fans who are their heart is hurt because he's gone. Get over it. It's not like the dude took you to the damn playoffs before.
I somewhat agree with this, and I'm ashamed to agree with Moultrie. Do y'all agree with if the Bears get Brady, they could probably beat the Packers? So we could have brought Brady in on a slider, kept Fields one more year, and said, look, we're going to manage your emotions.
Are you kidding? You guys would have a heart attack. You're going to bring this dude in and replace Fields right when he's starting to develop his blah, blah, blah. Man, y'all would have been.
Yeah, you're talking about Tommy Gold.
You're
talking about Tom Brady. See, again, you think we don't like people because they're white. We give white players their respect. Actually, we just make them work harder. They have to work twice as hard. We're consistent.
They got to be twice as smart.
That's right. Yeah. Twice as smart. Twice as trustworthy.
Can we get the I'm tired of talking about Fields. Just get the fuck off of this dude, man.
We're talking about the Bears.
About this guy, man.
The Bears organization.
Talking about him. He's gone.
All right. We'll get to the topic. We'll get to the topic. Juiced. Was OJ Bigger Thomas made manifest? That's the topic. You guys just give me a quick second here. I'm going to give a quick, like a 30-second background on Orn Fall James Simpson. commonly known as OJ. Simpson was born July 9 in 1947 up in San Francisco. He gained fame as a former NFL football player, known for the speed and elusiveness and strength as a running back. Simpson won, of course, the Heisman in 1968 at USC. Beyond football, he had a NFL career, Hall of Fame career as a running back, mainly with the Buffalo Bills. He became an actor, broadcaster, commercial guy. However, his life took a quote unquote dark turn when he was accused of the 1994 murking of his ex wife, rest in peace, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. Subsequent criminal trial, trial of the century. He beat it. Despite the acquittal, he was found liable, fiscally liable, in a civil trial. In 2008, Simpson faced kidnapping and armed robbery charges after accosting sports memorabilia dealers in a Las Vegas hotel room. This meeting was arranged by his own lawyer. He served nearly 9 years in prison for this thing, which is why I think they put the cancer in his bum. In my opinion, that's just what I think. I'm a wacky conspiracy theorist, but and so he died of complications from bum cancer on April 10th, 2024. So that's a little background on that. So I want to ask you guys, let's talk parallels between O.J. Simpson's life and the character Bigger Thomas in Richard Wright's novel Native Son. He's the one who choked out the white girl because he didn't want the white man to think, oh, keep me in her room. They're going to think this and that. Choked her out, chopped up her body, threw it down in the, all of it made sense. It all made sense when I was reading. It made sense when I was reading it, but go ahead.
Now, the book you talking about, I ain't never read that book.
Oh, Native Son, Edify Yourself.
Yeah, I never read it. But as far as the murders of Nicole and Ron,
He'd have read it if Bigger Thomas was a white boy, Ace. But go ahead.
I probably would have. I've read that just stuff
Richard
I read.
Wright was white.
Okay, you gonna keep talking every time I try to talk, bro?
My bad, bro. Okay. My bad.
From what I've read and watched and stuff over the years, my opinion of what happened, he was not the one who killed him. He was
acquitted.
He was. I'm not talking about.
He was acquitted.
I'm not talking about a court's decision. I'm talking about my opinion of what actually happened. I believe the dude that killed him admitted it. He's basically been admitting it. I don't know if he's dead yet because he was on death row. But I believe that the guy who did it. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe OJ was in on it. I believe he was there whenever the initial conflict first started. But as
he
far
was
as
terminally ill, he could have made a declaration on his deathbed that he was guilty. Why would OJ not do that?
As far as him actually stabbing both of them, I don't believe he did it. I believe the dude, I think his name is Mark Rogers. His family even believes that he did it. And again, I know he was on death row. I don't know if he's been killed yet. But I don't believe that OJ stabbed either one of them. I believe that the state got so convinced that it was him because they knew he had been there that they didn't go track any other
They didn't pursue any other lead.
No, and they questioned the guy. They had the guy who I believe did it. They had him and questioned him and let him go.
What was his motive? What was his motive?
He was
drug dealer.
Somewhat, and without trying to shit on. He was, but not. He wasn't really like a drug dealer, but he was. He was a loose cannon. He was a loose cannon in his head, but he was basically hired
like a plug or a fixer
by OJ and them too. And I believe that OJ wanted them to go steal some shit out their house for him.
to get some shit back, like memorabilia.
No,
OJ like to get
some
He want
actual
his trophies
shit.
back.
I believe it was some.
my
I believe it was
yearbook.
some jewelry, and it went wrong. It went
All
wrong.
right, well, all right,
and
hold it. Park it right there. Park it right there.
all right, y'all can catch up. Go ahead.
No, yeah, no, and I'm not here to disagree with that right now. But Ace,
yeah.
you've read Native Son.
Yeah.
So I want to throw the question to you, and then we're going to get to where Diesel is. The question that I just asked this brother: do you see any parallels? If so, what are the parallels between O.J. Simpson's life and the character Bigger Thomas in Richard Wright's novel Native Son?
I mean, OJ, he had a chance to make it. He did make it. And he was associated with these Pink family, and they took care of him and made him feel like he was part of the family as a driver.
Park it right there. So Diesel in the book, Bigger is from the low end, and it was all about getting jobs, working for the white people in their house, in their mansions, and when you driving for them, and when you landed that job, you was good, like you was ghetto rich. You know what I mean? And he had actually landed that job. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, and OJ landed that job by running the football for them, and he had a black wife, and he got rid of her because
she was trying to tell him. She was trying to tell him stop doing that retarded shit.
Yeah. You don't need to do the cocaine.
You can't snort all that every day.
Yeah. You don't have to go to the parties. I mean, everybody see you can run and get your Hertz car in the airport. You can do all that. You don't need
one parallel, Ace. Also, they're both slow. OJ was in LD classes, and remember, Bigger Thomas was development.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
They're both slow. These old.
Yeah, and they couldn't think their way out of a paper bag. So when the controversy hit, they panicked, and i.e., getting in the back of the Bronco and driving down the highway.
With Al Collins waving a gun.
With everybody in the state of California looking for you.
Talking about you got a gun to your head. They'd kill you in today's America. Go ahead.
Yeah, they would have shot up the whole damn Bronco.
65 shots.
At least 90.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for OJ, he was castigated as the biggest criminal in African American or colored history by this one case, because
the savage killing the white girl.
Yeah, because he was acquitted. Yeah.
All right. So I think that was a good enough comparison just to start with Ace. Well done. So just to give everybody a catch up, because they may have not have read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger, it's a play on words, between being big and being the N word. Bigger is the protagonist and central character. He embodies the main theme. It's the impact of racism on Black victims' psychological state. His life is defined by fear and anger towards whites. Now, I would say, I don't think OJ had that. Shaped by race, but we don't know. Shaped by racist real estate practices that forced them to live in poverty. They're talking about the redlining in Chicago. Bigger's limited education, he completed only the 8th grade. Exposure to a culture that portrays Black people as either subservient or savage. In this case, athletic, dumb, because that was a narrative. Contribute to the self conception. His violence is often directed at others, including his friends, and he feels little guilt after accidentally killing Mary Dalton, a white woman. It was more fear. It was in his mind, it had to happen. Richard Wright presents Bigger not as a conventional hero, but as a disturbing figure cheated by racism, and that's nobody's talking about this, and that's what I feel like the whole OJ experiment was. Let's see, and I'm almost finished. Only through interactions with his sympathetic lawyer Max, does Bigger begin to recognize whites as individuals and understand the extent to which racism has stunted them? So you got your liberal coming in there, and to Coach's point, he says Mills and Ace are woke, and he said, "Hey Debo," he knows your name isn't Debo, but he's gonna take that to his grave. Hey Debo, Mills and Ace are pink liberals in disguise. So he said we're white liberals. Like Debo likes that. Look at him laughing. Shit. Cutler broke all of Eric Kramer's when
Eric Kramer's records.
He said Kramer's. I'm reading what he wrote.
Oh well.
When they both were Bears and Cutler.
He's on the spectrum.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum. Holds off Bears, passing around. All right, Robbie Gold. Yeah, this is a guy. He likes Robbie Gold over Walter Payton.
Walter Payton. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd take Robbie Gold over Walter Payton. And I'm sure Diesel probably would entertain it.
Flirt with it.
No, I'm taking Kevin Butler over Robbie Gold, so stand in.
So he'd take Butler over Walter Payton. He'd consider it.
I said over Robbie Gold.
Yeah. No.
Don't put words in my mouth.
All right. So you take Butler over Gold, but you take Butler over Payton.
No, I didn't say that. That's you saying.
You won't clarify that. See how hard it is for him to just clarify that?
What do you mean, man?
You won't just come out and say. He won't come out and just say it.
Y'all you know what I mean? Bunch of bookends, both of y'all. I'm trying to put shit in my mouth.
All right. So Max, the Jew, ish, it made him kind of understand his rights and wrongs, and his progress was cut short by his execution. Definitely, man. Being from Shadi's on the South Side, man, they're gonna be talking about like a lot of South Side locations and a lot of the history. You're gonna really enjoy the book, bro. It became a witch hunt too for Bigger. Yeah. It's a witch hunt. So that reminded me of O.J. Simpson, bro. O.J. he was slow. He was mental. To Ace's point, he got the job in the NFL. The white people loved him. You remember when the brothers was boycotting? Remember, O.J. was their guy. He didn't boycott.
No interest.
Yeah, he was more like Diesel and Coach. I'm just here to play sports, and I don't care about white people doing white people.
Take care of my family.
Right.
And my
generational income.
And get my booger sugar.
Yeah, these niggas ain't doing nothing for nobody but theyself, you know. Black Lives Matter just putting money in their pocket. That type shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And some of it may be true, but that doesn't mean that's counting. You catch one person at Jackie Robinson putting $50 in his pocket doesn't mean you got to discount the whole organization and the movement and everything.
There's a bigger picture. There's
a huge picture. The kids are still going to college and staying out of jail.
Yeah.
Right. Prosecution in that whole case, man. If they would have took off their blinders from just being on him, they could have still got him within the realm of what actually happened.
But it was a clout chase.
But it was just like, let's just get him.
It was about the money. Yeah, this is gonna be big.
Now, you found his blood.
Media loves it. Media loves it.
You found his blood at the scene, but that doesn't
specks of blood.
Allegedly,
no, it was actually. Now
specks of blood.
Allegedly,
drops of blood from the sidewalk to his car back to his crib.
Allegedly,
you can say allegedly that the blood was found. Now, whether it was planted or not. I don't think they planted. I don't believe they planted that much blood.
You don't think the racist cop planted the blood?
No, you don't think that.
No,
he don't know what's in his heart. He's never met him.
I don't think that. Now he's a racist cop, but I don't think he planted that blood as it was
on the big black athlete who was rich and allegedly abusing the white woman. I don't believe
he planted the blood. Now, but again, if they would have took the blinders off of just trying to say this guy, they could have been more open to what more likely actually happened. And they didn't pursue it like that. I think he got his hand cut at the scene by the dude who killed both of them in the process. Because the way, if you remember the trial, they said that initially they were saying Nicole was killed first. It was like an hour in between both of them being killed. Ron Goldman was killed first. Okay? Nicole wasn't killed till like an hour or so later. And so that's actual fact based on like scientific testimony because she came out, she had ice cream. It takes so long for ice cream to melt, blah, blah, blah.
Many white people are stupid and lying. They tell stories in court. I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying that's why I said allegedly. But go ahead.
So
They said a lot of shit about the Black Panthers too.
This is what I think happened. The guy who did it and OJ are there. Now, I don't think Ron Goldman had a knife on him, right? I believe confrontation with that's what I said. I don't believe he did. Because I'm trying to explain how OJ got his hand cut, because his hand was cut. And I believe when they started physical confrontation with Goldman, the dude who did it goes to stabbing Goldman. In the process, he cuts OJ's hand. I believe OJ leaves. He leaves in his car, leaves back to the crib, right? Old boy ends up killing Goldman, right? But that's how OJ's blood is there. He's back at the house. This dude's in his own car.
Why is OJ there in the first place?
He was, I believe he was trying to show
I'm gonna
dude.
put myself on the scene.
I believe he was trying to show dude how to get into the, everything. Now, mind you, this dude was already seeing Nicole. He was already seeing her. He had seen her, quote unquote, having some sort of relationship.
Well, he was acquitted. I mean, we all got theories. There's a bunch of theories. I could tell you some theories too.
No, but that's not a theory. He was seeing Nicole, the guy who I'm telling you I believe did it. He was seeing her. And again, the police questioned this guy. They let him go. And after they let him go, he ended up killing like 5-6 more women across the country. And that's why he's on death row. All of them stabbed. All of them. Stabbed up. Same way that both of them were killed.
Interesting.
Stabbed up.
Nobody ever looked that up, huh?
No, because it's the crime of the century. It's a money grab. It's bigger for me to go after Diddy than Diddy's interpreter. Do you know what I mean?
You go after this guy's the big figure. We're gonna get him. His blood's there. Let's get him instead of saying, "Wait a minute, what could have all possibly happened?"
And he's saying because of that greed, allegedly 5-6 more women that we know of were killed.
5 or 6 after they let him go. He was on the FBI.
That's that they know of. He could have killed more than that they know.
Oh, he says he killed like 70 people.
See,
he's a serial killer.
So
he's the biggest in history.
He says they never confirmed.
Yeah, they got to confirm it.
Right.
But if he said he killed 70 people, he killed 70 damn people.
Right. They don't want to listen.
You got
black. They don't want to listen to him.
No, he's a white guy. He's a white guy.
Oh, he's white. Oh, that's why. See,
he's
now the plot gets better.
This
explains a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a white guy.
No wonder we haven't heard about this.
Yeah. And his family, they like, man, I think there's one guy's brother. He says, there's no doubt in my mind that my brother killed Nicole.
Yeah, whatever. Well, he's an accessory after the fact. He should have brought his white ass out all during the trial and said all this shit.
All those other.
Right, now he wants to get views.
Right.
Yeah, running around on television.
You know what I mean? You're an accessory after the fact. He was black. They would arrest his black ass right now. You know
now again, like I said, OJ's guilty because he's in on whatever was going on directly. With that stuff. But did he actually physically kill them people? In my opinion, he did.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to get me and Ace going to give you our opinion at some point. How does the concept of juiced, you guys know what that means? How does it apply to both OJ and Bigger Timers? Like, what does it mean in the context of their respective situations? Juiced.
I couldn't tell you because I ain't read that stuff, man. So I can know. That's why I'm only giving you my opinion.
Well, for me, it's similar to the film Juice. You get that buzz about yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they're juicing you up. They're juicing up your mindset. Because remember that little white girl was confusing Bigger.
Here's a fun fact.
Remember? She was giving them, touching them and rubbing them, massaging them.
Here's a fun fact for y'all.
He's being friends with them in public and shit.
Bringing out them pheromones on him,
He got mad at her. Like, she know better than this. She knows she going to get me fucked up doing this.
That's what motherfucker killed. Right.
Hey, did you know that Nicole Brown was low-key friends and cool, and I want to say low-key trying to date.
Well, how's Diddy any different from Lou Hefner? But go ahead with Nicole Brown. Go ahead. How's he any different?
The same guy that got killed in the car with Princess Diana. I think his name is Syed, or I forget his name. You can look him up.
That was her boyfriend.
Low-key.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying. She was in a I ain't gonna say they were. I guess they were developing into some sort of relationship or whatever. But
I've had
yeah,
some
she
people from
was.
England tell me that they were, yeah,
They
that
might
they
have
were
been. It
really,
might have been
yeah,
a what you would
they
call a couple. But
were
her and
having
her
a tryst.
friends would go out and hang and see this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's
So
some kind of English pimp.
now I think that dude's Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Some, but not like English. He's more like Arabic type.
Yeah, yeah.
If you've seen him, if you see his pictures,
Said,
Syed, or I
Saeed.
forget his name.
Well, Jay-Z made an album called The Story of OJ, and I think it was classic work, in my opinion, probably one of his best works ever. The media sees it as his worst work. It has its fewest sales, and a lot of coons didn't enjoy it. But it's called The Story of OJ, and Jay-Z has been maligned ever since he dropped this album. What lessons can be learned from comparing the real life story of O.J. Simpson with this fictional narrative of Bigger Thomas? How can these lessons apply to contemporary discussions about race, class, and celebrity? So as you're raising young men, like, it's a certain buzz that come with that fame, and and you got the white people telling you how great you are, and it's kind of pushing you away from your own community. They're constantly telling you, cut Pookie off, cut Ray Ray off, stop talking to your cousin. Your brother's a problem. Get your own security staff. Let my guy manage your money.
Yeah.
But so I guess, Ace, how do themes of race and class intersect in the lives of O.J. Simpson and Bigger Thomas? And no, my bad. What lessons can be learned from comparing the real life story of O.J. Simpson with the fictional narrative of Bigger Thomas for any kids out there?
Yeah, you gotta stay away from the pinks. I mean,
Well, we're not going to say that, but
oh well, no, we can't say that. But
beware of the pinks.
beware. I mean, especially in a highly segregated city like Chicago. I'm out here in Crystal Lake in this tournament, and we're the only so-called colors in the whole town. I haven't been in this type of environment in quite a long time, and there's no problems, and we're having a good time out here. But let something happen, let something coming up missing, you know, who are they going to look at? I mean, it's just you got to be careful, especially with young sons, um, athletic sons, and just trying to find their way in this world. I got a 20-something, and I got a 13-year-old athlete now, and you just gotta.
And then they get the white girl on their arm.
Yeah. We just tell them, we just give them our opinions. You can't make them be whoever you want them to be, but you're with us. We seem like our example that we've led. A two-parent household with mother and father. They're just taking up a lot of the traits that we've set forward for them, and just be careful in this world. Every people are going to be out to get you, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. You just got to be careful out here, and that's basically what I tell all our kids, especially when we go out of town on a tournament. Just be careful what you do, how you act, how you present yourself.
Be
You represent your
respectful.
family, and the
Right.
name it's on the back of the jersey, and the
Right.
name that's on the front of the jersey. So
Right.
just be respectful,
Be
be
respectful.
smart, and we'll be fine. But if you have any problems, make sure you
Man, document,
alert an
record.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alert,
yeah.
record,
Yeah,
document.
yeah. Especially in
Defend
this
yourself.
era where
Shit.
you can film everything. There's
Right.
cameras everywhere.
Right.
But just be careful, and everything will be okay. Just use your mind.
Well
Think
said
everything through.
as a coach and a black man. So Diesel says OJ. Well, you're not saying he's innocent.
No, he's not innocent, but based on what I'm just again my
You're saying he
opinion,
didn't physically do the murders.
He was
no,
part
he
of it.
should have been. How they tried to prosecute him, he should have been acquitted for the way that they tried to prosecute him, saying he did this,
The
this, this.
evidence didn't support
It
what they
didn't
tried to
support
prosecute.
guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Right. It
If they
supported.
would have went at it the right, which I feel the right way, like he was an accessory to this, they'd have had a whole likely more chance to convict him the same way that they got that.
Go ahead. About how old was this white boy that you say allegedly at the time? How old would he have been at that time? About 20s, 30s?
He looked like in his I wouldn't say late 20s, early 30s.
So OJ was probably giving them drugs and shit, allegedly.
It's deeper.
How was he associated with the serial killer?
The Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, the guy who's like the daddy.
Rest his soul.
He was kind of somewhat in on this stuff too, man.
Because at the beginning, he was a fixer. Rob Kardashian was a fixer, so he was there at the beginning trying to clean up shit.
He wanted to. I think. Now, don't quote me on this part because I'm trying to think of the stuff I watched and seen over the years. I believe there was like a book or something that Nicole had with information and shit.
I think he's innocent.
As well as she had
OJ's innocent.
She had pictures of what OJ, when he physically abused her. So I guess she like held on to that stuff.
Allegedly.
Kind of like this is just my opinions, okay? Somewhat like blackmail, right? And from what I've seen and read and watched, Rob Kardashian actually wanted her gone, right? And but it didn't happen with the first guy that they tried to get to do it. And initially they said like the first meeting, OJ was there, but then the next meeting that they had with the guy, he wasn't there, but the guy didn't do it. So this other guy, the one who I think did it, was the guy that they had next up to do it. And I think he was there to try to, again, break in the house and steal some shit back that OJ wanted. There was another key from the entrance way that you could get in, and I think OJ was taking him there to show him how to be able to get the other key and get into the house. Because remember, his kids are in there. They had just had ice cream, then went to bed.
So it sounds to me like OJ was still this street type dude. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't like street like we think. When physical confrontation would get to the point, he'd back off. He'd get loud sometimes, but he wouldn't physical confrontation. It wasn't his thing.
Well, so according to Kardashian's mom, the momager, he was beating the crap out of her, and they never did nothing about it.
But physically abusing a woman, ain't the same thing as getting into physical confrontations with men and stuff that you don't know. You see what I'm saying? 100%. So I believe I just don't think that he's, about to stab these two people in a rage. No, that wasn't it. And trust me, you got to remember something. The two gloves that he had,
they didn't fit.
They didn't have his blood on them. Remember, he's bleeding at the hand, right? The one glove is found at the property.
He cut himself with the cocktail glass. And
that's what he said.
Of course.
That's what he said.
Why can't we believe him?
But here's what I'm saying. One glove is found at the scene, right?
Yeah.
OJ's blood is at the scene.
Yeah.
But his blood ain't on that glove that they found.
Correct.
The glove that was found behind his house, dude went back and threw that glove over his gate. Because he was basically like, you're not going to hang me. This is my opinion. Again, you're not going to hang me out to dry for this shit by myself.
That cop threw that over the gate.
No, I think that the dude did. The dude who did it. And he went back over there and he was about to do a deal with Nicole, but he ended up killing her too.
We need to get you on OJ show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say innocent, though. What about you? He says OJ guilty or innocent?
He was innocent. I don't think he could have did that to Nicole. And if the theory is the serial killer did it to her, why wasn't anybody interested in finding out why the serial killer was allowed to and kill more women?
Because that wasn't sexy. It wasn't going to sell. It wasn't going to have Nancy Grace and people watching the TV. You know what I mean?
I got you.
It's big. It's Hollywood, man.
Bringing out all these different cases of domestic violence, and he made a lot of people rich with the crime of the century, man.
A lot of people, bro.
Yeah, and they took it to to his deathbed that they wanted him to pay for it. Even after he went to jail in Vegas and got back out.
And Ace, back to my Bigger Thomas analogy, he's not mentally sophisticated, because anybody who was mentally sophisticated would not have been a party to anything at that hotel going to get his memorabilia back, allegedly.
Right. Come on.
Here's a gun, OJ. You take that with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody got a gun except for OJ.
And you're with your lawyer, and your lawyer hasn't told you, don't move them from place to place and don't keep them from leaving, because that's this crime. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He's not the physical. He's hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
But he not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? And
he was old.
Yeah, they super hammered him. They just got him back. And again, the racial tone of it runs deep, because
how old was OJ at this time?
Shit, I think he was in his
he was in the 70s.
No. I mean, the time of the killings.
Oh, the killings. He was in like his what?
40s, 50s?
40s, yeah.
Late 30s, early 40s?
No, it wasn't late 30s.
Early 40s.
Okay, 68, he got the
so
Heisman trophy.
30 years ago.
You're right. It would have been 68, he got the Heisman. So that was about 98, wasn't it? What year was that?
80.
94.
Wasn't it?
94
okay,
is when they were
so
killed.
16 years later.
Yeah, yeah, because it was the
the
NBA Finals were on when him and Al was riding around. Then the Bronco.
Yeah. But even at 40 though, Ace, after an NFL career like he had as a running back, he was saying the whole time, like, man, my hands, my body, he's like, I can't do none of this shit. So that's why you keep saying Diesel, he was rah, but wouldn't fight. There's a lot of ex-NFL players that ain't got all that no more, bro.
Yeah, he had bad knees. Remember, his knees was not good.
And that's back when they used to give you painkillers in the league, addictive painkillers.
They wasn't fixing stuff like they could fix it.
Just giving you
modern years.
Yeah.
They hooked him up with that. He ended up giving them the ammunition to be able to put him in jail for the previous crime, even though that ain't what they said. That's exactly why you got sentenced like that, because the dudes who was with him, none of them did jail time. All they had to do was testify that he said, do this. Yeah. And boom, helped, and that's all they wanted to convict was him. The same way in the previous case, they only wanted to get him, which is why they lost that case, because they looked at it just with blinkers on.
Well, I mean, with this opportunity, they had eyewitnesses, and everybody was willing to give him up to not go to jail. And
his friends that was with him there, the ones who he had with him, they testified against him. None of them, and he never had a gun. He didn't have a gun. They did.
Everybody
goes to prison.
Yeah,
he didn't. He didn't do anything. All he did was shit.
Because they were still trying to prosecute him for the crime of the century, and they got him. They got him in front of the judge again, and there was no way he was going to get away this time.
Hey, boy, remember your boy Beretta was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take it to the restaurant. Remember Beretta? Don't do the crime if you can't. I'm gonna put the old school pistol in the dumpster out back." Boy, he was having, if it's true, he was having a movie scene. Big ups to Beretta, rest his soul.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But that was well done, you guys. I say definitely guilty. But I just wanted to real quick. I mean, innocent in my mind, but rank on the running back list, y'all. I'll just give you guys my ranking. I didn't put Robbie Gould number 1. I got Walter Payton number 1. I got Barry Sanders number 2. I got Jim Brown number 3. I got Emmitt Smith number 4. I got Marcus Allen number 5. And I got Orenthal James Simpson at number 6.
So you got Marcus Allen ahead of OJ?
I absolutely got Marcus Allen ahead of OJ, and let me explain to you why. He was a more developed running back, and he just doesn't get enough credit, man. Marcus Allen, and I didn't see OJ play, and that's you know what I mean, in his prime. Like I didn't see that. I got to see Marcus Allen in his prime. So,
I mean, but the Juice put up 2,000 yards in a 14-game season.
Yeah, they call him Juice because they were giving him.
He was giving him the juice, giving him the mix.
Yes. You know, you think of any kid you know in the LD classes, and they're super athletic, and everybody's always been taking advantage of them. They got a girlfriend, she's taking advantage of them. They get to high school, everybody's taking advantage of them. They get the that's how I think OJ is. You know what I mean? You know, He's just got taken advantage of. Give him some cocaine. We're gonna make money off of him.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and then maybe if he did do the murder, right? I'm not God, and he was strung out. This murder. I'm saying, I'm gonna say it, Diesel. I blame white America for the murder. This blood is on white America's hands.
They should have locked him up.
I think
for the woman beating.
That's a naive. That's just.
Is it? Is it? Diesel, we were on a campus with major football players, and you had these guys, they're on steroids, maybe not, they're pumping weights, and they're fighting guys. They're fighting regular students, bro, and the university does nothing about it. They're letting them get away with it. Same thing in high school. They let them get away with it. And what I'm saying is, if they don't fix the problem early and hold these guys as accountable as they would any other person that's not an athlete, that's not making money for the private school, that's not making money for the college. That's why I say, and so that's why I want to say that. That's why I blame white America, because I used to be on the yard like, man, they supposed to do something about this, and even in the 90s. And I'm like, they not, because they making money off these guys. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to agree with that. I think, he's got to be held accountable for what he did. And again, I think it was more or less, hey, look, I need you to go do this. Now again, I believe that he was of the mindset, you may have to kill her while you're doing this. If it gets to that, so be it. Like, he didn't care one way or another, but it wasn't initially what he was wanting to do. It just ended up taking that turn for the worse, and he was directly involved because he was there. I don't think he was expecting Goldman. However, Goldman, this is what's crazy too, is Goldman, he got dropped off there. He didn't come from no job, because the job he was at, they were like, that job was over like an hour, 2 hours away. And the time that he would have got there from his job, it didn't add up. So somebody dropped him off there, okay?
Lead this into your final words, and I want to know something about Kato Kaelin. What's your opinion on him, and as you get into your final words?
Kato Kaelin, I mean, the fuck would he know? He was at the house. I think OJ had took him to Mickey D's earlier. He was at the house. He didn't really know anything other than he came back to the crib. OJ got ready for a flight to go to Chicago, which again is why I said OJ left. When he initially got cut on that hand, he chickened out and left and went back to the crib and had time to get ready for his flight and everything and made his flight.
So you're saying the cut might have delayed him, because remember, the flight was already planned. So you're saying the cut delayed everything. He had to try to fix that, and that's what took him so long.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Because why are you doing a murder when you know you got your driver showing up?
Right. And so he gets this cut, but that's why he leaves Nicole's place, in my opinion. That's why he left. He gets back to the crib. This dude is still there. Mm-hmm. And they said Goldman he was a strong dude. And he said he kept getting up during the struggle that's going on. And
if you ever fight a gay man, don't nobody want that. Yeah, Goldman was gay. Those gay men, they go up. I
don't know about his sexuality. I ain't commenting on that. But
he was openly gay. He said, all right, but go ahead.
I don't know.
Jesus, you don't know.
But but that guy went back to Simpsons and threw that glove over his gate to basically try to put him in it. And remember, he's got the murder weapons, this guy, everything. He's got that with him. But I believe he goes back to Nicole's place. And because he was basically gonna sell her some coke, she's gonna bring out some money to him, right? And when she comes out, I believe she looks down the thing and can see a body over there and a blood trail.
Why wouldn't he just lace the cocaine? But go ahead. I'm just throwing out a question.
And she freaks out, and the dude panics and kills her.
She got loud. She got loud. It's quiet over there. Yeah.
And she sees a body and a trail of blood down her sidewalk. I don't think she could tell who it was.
Yeah.
But then dude panics and kills her, and then he's out.
And bro, it'd be quiet and dark in LA. Let me tell you, it'd be quiet and dark.
And then he goes driving to other states, meeting chicks, and basically doing the same thing. And meanwhile, OJ's dealing with all this back home because he ends up making that flight. They get to his house, find that other glove, find his traces of blood, and everything else is pretty much public knowledge. But I never knew about this guy back in those 90s. We never heard about that. As a matter of fact, did you know what else we never heard? We heard nothing about anything on Nicole or Goldman's side that had anything to do with narcotics, cocaine. Now, I ain't saying that Nicole was like a hype or nothing like that. I think she was like more like a casual user. But it came from
his defense team was putting that out. Boy, yeah, she was a user.
But I mean, to the extent of like bad, super bad past that they could fight. I don't remember hearing all of that.
Yeah, she was strung out. I heard all that back then.
Faye Resnick, her friend, they said she was the main one that was like more like
Nicole, because there was allegings that she had a lot of debts with drug dealers. You know, a lot of allegations.
OJ was paying her. OJ was paying her. He was paying all of it, and he was tired of paying for her debts.
Come on, that's a lot of that's a lot of booger sugar. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. She was probably strung out.
That's why I go back to the blackmail portion. That's what it seemed like. She got a book on Rob Kardashian, with information, and she's got this these pictures and stuff of OJ abusing her,
right?
And so, hey, you better keep paying. You know, he was paying the regular bills for her anyway because the kids. But as far as like the drug stuff, hey, you don't pay this, she can go public and end all of these public businesses and stuff.
He was alleging that he was getting threats. I remember now that he was getting threats from drug dealers and he would be paying off. So it could have been something his defense made up to just throw another reasonable doubt in there. But I remember that it came out that because Cochran, rest his soul, Manute, was saying, yeah, you know, and it could have been anybody. That's what he was saying, a reasonable doubt. And he was like, and there was drug dealers that OJ was paying off or whatever that could have done it, but they didn't want to talk about it because you know how drug dealers are. I don't think they found
out. I don't think that the Dream Team knew about that guy.
Because they would have mentioned going on. You just a good point.
Yeah. But
Rob Kardashian probably knew. But Rob probably knew if they found that guy, then they could have connected that guy to Rob. I mean, not Rob, to Kardashian.
Did you know that Rob hadn't practiced law in several years before that? He renewed his license to get on that
OJ's team.
And they said that he did it for a reason because OJ had shit on him. He had shit on OJ. Once he will become an attorney again, attorney-client privilege, you can't disclose.
Right.
Shit. So,
and it look bad if you charge the attorney with the crime that he's defending somebody for.
They fell out because of OJ banged Chris. They fell out. They used to be tight, all four of them. Chris, Nicole, Rob, and OJ. And OJ banged her in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, but Bruce Jenner was already switching at that time. So it was a lot going.
She wasn't with him. We're talking about Rob.
Yeah, but you don't know. Yeah, but they was
They got divorced. I'm trying to tell you what happened, bro. They got divorced. Both of them couples got divorced a couple of months apart after he allegedly slept with her in that jacuzzi.
But he got home and probably saw her in bed with a transgender. But give me your wrap up your final words. I'll stop interrupt you, and then we're gonna throw it to Ace for his final words so we can close it out, please.
I pretty much uncovered everything. Just that I mean, his football, you know, I can easily separate the two. His football accolades and everything from what ended up happening.
Where is he on your list? Y'all got to give me that too.
Oh, I don't now. Remember, I stopped doing that. I don't compare. You're gonna have to break down errors for me because I don't like to compare. Right. Yeah, I don't. I think it's a disservice to people.
Boo.
I don't like. Yeah, you can do it if you want to, but I'm not. I'm not comparing a dude that played in the 70s against a dude that played in the 80s. Or the 90s or the 2000s, rules change, all of that.
You can't compare Joe Montana to Jay Cutler.
They play more in a similar time.
You can't. Go ahead.
More of a similar
your final
time.
Words, not mine.
Yeah, it's more of a similar time, but I don't like doing it. It's the same with the NBA. I don't like comparing players who played in the 90s and 2000s to players in the 80s and the 70s.
Unfair to compare Justin Fields to Joe Montana.
Yes, it is. It is because it's a whole different era. Whole different era, rules change, all of that. Schedule, you get an extra game now, right? You don't get an extra game. When OJ was playing, it was like, what, three less games. right?
Yeah, I think 13.
Yeah, 13 or 14, something like that.
14.
14. So yeah, so I don't like comparing backs to that part, but no doubt about it, he was one of the best backs throughout the 70s, no doubt. I mean, when I speak to people who watched him play, I mean, he's always in like the top 2 or 3 from that era. They usually will say Gale Sayers, but they'll he's always like right up there.
He was like a Bo Jackson, is what I get as far as his dominance.
I mean, just more
for his time, you know what I mean? Because he's running over a lot of white dudes.
He was more I mean, he had a little more longevity though than Bo. And remember when Bo was playing, he's playing with Marcus Allen half his career. So you can't get but so many carries. So
I think he was just being facetious when he said the OJ comparison.
No, I wasn't thinking about no juice. I wasn't gonna say it. I ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
OJ was a bad running back, man, in his time. And that record he had, the 2,000 yards, stood in a shortened season compared to the people who ended up breaking it. So when Eric Dickerson broke it, I think it was a 16.
Do you think he was using the devil's dandruff when he rushed for them 2,000 yards, bro?
Eric Dickerson?
No, OJ.
You're talking about OJ. Man, they could have been, man. Remember, they were doing all kinds of stuff that wasn't regulated back then.
Especially in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, man.
Eric Dickerson had his own different kind of juice.
He did. It was in his curl juice. They used to put the
curl.
Yeah, they used to melt the coat and the curl juice.
Had his activator greasy on him.
Couldn't grab it.
Yeah, but just right final words for me real quick. OJ, man, he again, his professional life separate, but whatever happened with that, he deserved to be in jail with the dude that murdered them. They messed up the case. He didn't get it. He got a little bit of indirect justice because he put himself in a position where they could get him back for being able to get off on the other thing. But in the end, it does reveal, but this is stuff that most Black folks already know, how race affects things that happen as far as in the court of law and with police. Because if they hadn't have been so focused with blinders that he was just the primary and not look at anything else with all this other information coming at you, you would have been able to get him the first time the proper way. And you didn't, because those blinders only seen color.
Should he be removed from the Hall of Fame?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely. That Hall of Fame was based on his pro career, which happened before that stuff happened.
And he was acquitted.
Already in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't, and he was acquitted. So no, you can't remove him.
Now, if he had done it, then
if he had done it,
if he had been found guilty, they had him. I don't
even think you could remove him then, because his accomplishments are based on
something. I think if he was on video doing it, they would have removed him, because you know how the NFL is about having a movie on tape.
Now we don't know all of the specifics for Hall of Fame, but if they got rules in there that say, hey, if you do something to jeopardize blah 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 blah, we can remove you. But outside of that, nah.
No, that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, you look at the OJ case. My last question for you is, what was your reaction? Because I remember I was at work. I was in the office place. We had white folks on one side.
I was in the office. They were
all in management. We were lower coons. What was your reaction though when you heard the verdict?
They read the verdict, and most of the whole office was like, yeah. They were like cheering, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, like,
how could they let him go?
I was saying to myself, like, man, a black person finally won a trial with, I can't remember what the jury makeup was, but I think it was mostly white, right? I can't remember. But I was saying, hey, a black person actually won a trial. It's on TV.
But you didn't cheer. You didn't want to offend the pink people, did you?
I didn't cheer. Matter of fact, I think I was on the phone. And
he was on the phone.
Yeah, I think I was on the phone.
Historical case of the century.
Of the phone.
He's on the phone talking nonsense for the white man's business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't even say, hey, hold on 1 second. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell them why they're holding. I'm going to put you on hold, you son of a bitch, calling in here during this, and you know I'm some sort of. All right, but great final words. Great final words. Ace, your final, I want to ask you those same questions that I just asked him before you started. I forgot which one it was. What were those 2 questions I just asked you, Diesel, and you answered them very well.
Yeah, despite the
what was your reaction, and then what was the other question?
Despite the nonsense coming from the peanut gallery, you know, I still.
Great job, fella. We always appreciate you coming through. The show's not balanced without your point of view. You know what I mean? White America, I think we're all don't like white people if we didn't have guys like you sitting in here. You know what I mean?
And that's just not true.
Yeah, and it's obviously not true.
Yeah, obviously.
Evidence to the contrary.
Allegedly not true.
Yeah, you guys just disparage the words we say and turn them around, but then defend these guys with the words they say. We didn't have it in their heart, you know. But you could point the finger at us and say we got problems in our heart. But you know what I mean, Ace?
Yeah, we don't know what's in our hearts.
Yeah, you don't know what's in our hearts. All right, Ace. So yeah, I forgot what the first question was. Damn, what was the first question, Diesel? I asked you if because that was important. What was your reaction? And then it was something I asked you before that. Did you think he did it? That wasn't it. But all right, Ace, give me your final words. And what was your reaction?
Rest in peace to Orenthal Juice on his life and his legacy and his ability to galvanize the entire world for an afternoon. What was it, evening, when he was riding around in the Bronco. He was his ranking as a football player. I would have him in the top 5. You know, I understand Marcus Allen's ability to run on the field, but I put the Juice ahead of him. I don't know what he was on, but you know, 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. You know, he's got to be in the top 5. So
where do you rank him?
Top 5.
It's lazy.
5. Probably 5.
It's almost as lazy as this. It's almost as lazy as I don't do errors. Top 5.
I mean, Walking Papers #1.
Jim Brown's got to be in there
Jim Brown's him. 2 for me.
Yeah,
2 for me. Barry, then
come on,
Emmitt Smith, and then.
So you got Juice 5. All right, he's 5.
Yeah.
All right, and all right, go ahead, bro.
My reaction was, I was at work. I was in the automobile industry at the time, and I was in the service area, and it was entirely pink at the time, and they were all dumbfounded, aghast, and absolutely stunned by the verdict.
Did their skins turn a little extra pink?
No, it turned extremely red.
Back in the day, Diesel, they would have had a riot and a Klan rally and came through the black communities and started killing y'all. But y'all don't. Go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were cheering. Me and the few of my kind that were working that day. That hey, like you said, that man, a black man finally got off on a case, especially the crime of the century case, and it was played out in front of the whole world. So I knew if Orenthal had to be on his best behavior for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, he got caught up with his friends, and they all snitched on him and said, he conspired to get all his memorabilia back, and it was all on him, even though he didn't have a gun, and he got charged with that in Vegas and went to prison. But it is what it is.
Just that one split second.
Yeah. I mean, but he was like.
No, what I was gonna say real quick is that one split second, white America got to see and feel what black folks been feeling for ages at that time.
Well, you remember, like they said in the chat, that it was right behind that Rodney King case.
Yeah. So it was just for one split
well, we
second.
had it on video, and
that's why I was saying
to
myself, like, hey, man, a black person actually plead a case. A publicized national case, and with a white woman being killed, and you remember because they wanted death penalty, and you remember Ace, and let's throw it to Ace. This is final words, but you remember they wanted the death penalty, but the whole thing we did,
what that whole thing was, you had it was right behind the OJ case. And then the white folks was saying, remember, they was justifying on the narratives and at work and at the water cooler. Well, the justice system spoke. You got to trust the American criminal justice system. And the juror spoke. Remember in that case, and black people was mad about that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So then now, when the justice system works,
they're
upset.
It's all a sham.
For once, they got to see what it feels like in our shoes on a public case, not a local state case, a public, nationally public case that everybody knows about. For once, they got to feel our frustration and pain for all of them years. Just for a split second, for once, just one time, they got to feel
30 years ago.
Yeah.
You're on mute now.
Hey, man.
You're on mute now.
Should he be stripped of his Hall of Fame credentials? And yeah.
No, I don't think he should be. Just like I believe that those baseball players who weren't being tested for the roids and the owners were making money off the human growth hormones and they saved the game of baseball. I don't think that they should be kept out of the Hall of Fame. What he did on the field was what he did, and this case happened, 20 years after his career. So should they take him out of the Hall of Fame? No, he was acquitted. He was accused of a crime. He was acquitted. And that's that. Now, if you want to, in that case, you want to bring up anytime an athlete who gains Hall of Fame status or gains some type of legendary status should be knocked down. If something goes wrong in their after career, then no, I don't think anybody would agree with that because most of these guys.
I mean, you're right. You have to start stripping people of Grammys, Academy Awards, everything.
I mean, look at LT. So
he didn't do nothing but discipline the boy, so he didn't grow up in the prison system. Oh no, I'm thinking of AP. I'm thinking of AP.
Yeah. I'm talking about LT get caught with the young woman of the night that was underage. And they knew the guy was on the run around on the book of sugar.
Is that what happened? You talking about Tomlinson?
No, Lawrence Taylor.
Wow. Okay. I don't think I heard about the underage stuff. I knew about the devil's dandruff.
Yeah, the devil's dandruff. He got caught up. He got caught up with a underage woman of the night and
wayward girl,
wayward young lady. He was trying to help her, and he was just trying to help her in that situation, and that wasn't his intent. I think he might have been acquitted, or he pled, or something happened, but
greased the palms, paid enough people, and
it was LT, and it was happening in his hometown. So they worked that out.
Paid him off.
But things happen. But that's my final take on the Juice. Rest in peace. I don't know what happened between you and Nicole and Ron Goldman. I never heard the story about the serial killer, but if there was a serial killer, there's no reason that they shouldn't have went after them after the trial was over and figured out how to retry this case. But his complexion is very much the reason. So that's my final word. Rest in peace, OJ. It's over with. All of you with the banter about what he did or what he might have did or how he was associated with the death of his ex-wife and the young transgender that was at her home. It's over now. There's nothing else to say. You didn't talk about it when Kardashian died. You didn't talk about it when Johnny Cochran died. So OJ is gone too. So it's over with. Move on to the next person y'all want to assassinate his character, which is many of them in this time and age. And I guess it's Diddy. So, but that's my final word on OJ. Top 5 running back. I don't know what he was. I never knew what was in his heart. I never met him. So, hopefully
hopefully he's meeting his peace and whatever is planned for him in the next realm in this great universe. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Sorry, OJ.
Yeah, and RIP and condolences to her family. As far as my reaction, bro, first of all, no, he shouldn't be removed from the Hall of Fame. Second off, I feel like he's innocent. Third off, my reaction, bro, was akin to had he scored the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl wearing a Chicago Bears uniform. No, in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
For the Papa Bear Hallis Trophy, NFC Championship game, if he had scored the game-winning touchdown against the Packers for us to win, in Chicago, akin to that. That's the way me and some other copper coloreds and the whole department celebrated. And I remember the ones who weren't copper colored. I don't remember some sort of Hispanics if we had them and what their some sort of reaction would have been. But I remember the Westerners, they all turned pink and they looked and they stormed out of there because they knew they couldn't say shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
They couldn't say nothing, bro, because they had been preaching about the justice system. And that's what I said too. The American justice system works again.
It works. Absolutely.
God bless the criminal justice system.
God bless America.
That's right. You remember that? Because before that, Ace, if we could see it on tape, but if the justice system and the jury in Simi Valley came out and said not guilty, we have to go with that.
Yeah, we didn't know what was in those police officers' hearts. They were just trying to.
And you've got O.J. Simpson number 5. I've got him number 6. Once again, Diesel's uncommitted. He doesn't, rank errors. So in conclusion, our exploration of the parallels between O.J. and Bigger Thomas has led us on a fascinating journey. We've delved into the themes of race, class, and the concept of juiced, and how these elements intertwine in the lives of these two figures, one real, one fictional. We've seen how societal perceptions and expectations can shape and sometimes distort individual paths. The discussion has not only shed light on the specific cases of O.J. Simpson and Bigger Thomas, but also sparked broader conversations about our society as a whole. As we wrap up, we hope today's episode has provided you with thought-provoking insight and perspectives. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or feedback, feel free to drop a comment below. Until next time, stay safe.
Share, subscribe.
That's right. Like, share, subscribe. Stay healthy and stay loyal to the Navy and Orange. Bear down out there. FGB. And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
Yeah? Don't forget to bring it, baby.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Check in with us on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Self-Love Show. We live. Always bringing quality, uncut content. You know what I mean? It's not the devil's dandruff. It's God's dandruff out there. That's what we're bringing you. We're bringing you the good Lord's dandruff. Yeah. It's not much. Just,
God bless.
The original people, we don't really have dandruff like that. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
Some do. But it's a situation. It's usually medical when they have it.
Spectrum.
Yeah, something going on with the spectrum. Check us out. I'm sure we'll have a great topic. We do have the draft, right around the corner. Polls.
He's on the clock.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better. Polls, you are definitely on the clock. I'm looking at you with a side eye now, there, fella. Looking at you with the side eye.
For sure.
All right, y'all. So, stop the killing. The good weather's coming.
Please stop.
Find yourself sliding through shot. Make sure you got your seatbelt on.
Love one another.
Make sure you wearing your seatbelt. On the south side of the shot.
Strap over the seatbelt.
Check your blind spot. Check your 6. Watch your back. You might even be Compton, Long Beach. Got your grill. Buckle up. It's the 13. Uno, tres. Bato Loco. And don't forget to.
So they say. Don't forget it, baby.
You're migrating. You're migrating. And don't forget to. Migrating. And don't forget to bring Mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Wait.